Ilogbon was a small African village surrounded by tall trees and wide fields. The wind moved gently through the leaves, and the sun rose and set without hurry. Life in the village followed a simple rhythm. People woke up early, worked hard, and rested when the day was done. There was no rush, and there was little noise. The houses were built from mud and clay, strong enough to stand through the seasons. Children ran barefoot on dusty paths, laughing loudly and freely. Women cooked meals over firewood and fetched water from the stream. Men tilled the soil and cared for their farms. Everyone knew one another, and greetings were never forgotten. Among these people lived a woman named Adisewa. She lived alone in a small house at the edge of the village. She did not have much, but she lacked nothing important. Her compound was always clean, and her home was peaceful. When people passed by, they often slowed their steps, because calm seemed to follow her wherever she went. Adisewa was not young, and she was not old. Her face showed kindness, and her eyes held quiet understanding. She spoke slowly and listened more than she spoke. When she smiled, people felt at ease. When she was silent, people paid attention. Many did not know where her wisdom came from, but they trusted it. Every morning, Adisewa woke before the sun fully rose. She swept her compound, cooked simple food, and went to her small farm. In the evening, she sat outside her house, weaving baskets while watching the sky change colors. She never complained about her life. She believed that peace was greater than possessions. People often came to Adisewa with their problems. When families argued, she helped them find peace. When neighbors fought over land, she reminded them that land lasts longer than anger. When young people felt lost, she encouraged them to think before acting. Slowly, Adisewa became known as the woman whose words healed hearts. Though she owned no gold and wore no fine clothes, Adisewa carried something far greater. She carried wisdom. And soon, that wisdom would be tested in a way she never expected. One morning, the calm of Ilogbon was broken by the sound of loud drums. The beating echoed through the village, calling everyone outside. Children stopped playing. Women paused their cooking. Men left their farms. The town crier was walking through the village with important news. He announced that King Adeyemi, ruler of a great kingdom beyond the hills, had sent a message. The king was searching for people of true wisdom. Anyone who could answer his question wisely would receive a reward of their choosing. The reward could be gold, land, animals, or riches that could change a person's life forever. The village came alive with excitement. People talked loudly, imagining new lives filled with comfort and ease. Some dreamed of large houses. Others thought of power and respect. Many believed wealth would solve all their problems. Hope filled the air, mixed with greed and desire. Adisewa listened quietly as the announcement was repeated. She did not rush. She did not speak. She only thought. Her neighbor encouraged her to go, believing that wisdom like hers was rare. Adisewa nodded slowly. She did not think of riches, but she felt that this journey held meaning. The day of departure came, and many villagers set out for the palace. Some wore fine clothes. Some carried gifts. Some walked with pride. Adisewa walked calmly, dressed simply, with nothing in her hands. Her steps were steady, and her heart was light. Along the way, others laughed at her simple appearance. A wealthy man mocked her and asked what she hoped to gain with empty hands. Adisewa did not respond with anger. She believed that wisdom needed no decoration. She continued her journey, focused and peaceful. As the palace came into view, tall and bright under the sun, Adisewa felt no fear. She did not know what awaited her, but she trusted that truth would guide her steps. The palace of King Adeyemi was grand and powerful. Tall pillars lined the entrance, and guards stood alert. Inside, the hall was filled with people waiting for their turn. The air was heavy with expectation. Some were confident. Others were nervous. Many were eager for reward. King Adeyemi sat on his throne, calm and observant. He watched each person closely. One by one, they came forward and answered his question. Many spoke boldly. Some spoke proudly. But the king shook his head again and again. Their answers showed cleverness, not wisdom. The king's question was simple but deep. He asked for something that grows when shared and becomes smaller when kept alone. People guessed many things. Some said gold. Others said power. Some said food. None of the answers satisfied the king. When Adisewa stepped forward, the room became quiet. Her simple appearance stood out among fine clothes. She did not rush her words. She spoke calmly and clearly. She said that wisdom grows when shared and fades when hidden. Her words carried truth. The king listened carefully. He saw no pride in her answer, only understanding. For the first time that day, he smiled. He knew that wisdom had finally spoken. The hall seemed lighter, as if truth had filled the space. The king then showed her great riches. Gold sparkled in the light. The promise of land and power lay before her. He told her to choose her reward. Everyone watched closely, waiting for her answer. Adesewa looked at the wealth before her. She thought deeply. Then she made a choice that surprised everyone. She chose wisdom over wealth. Gasps filled the hall. Many could not understand her decision. But the king understood. He praised her choice and declared that wisdom was the greatest treasure of all. In that moment, Adesewa's life changed forever. King Adeyemi honored Adesewa, not with gold, but with responsibility. He invited her to serve as a counselor, guiding decisions with wisdom. He promised that her needs would be met, not as payment, but as trust. Adesewa accepted with humility, knowing her path was clear. When she returned to Ilogbon, she returned the same woman. She did not boast. She did not demand respect. Yet people noticed a change. Her presence felt stronger. Her words carried deeper meaning. Blessings followed her quietly. Her farm produced more than before. Help came without asking. People sought her advice more often. Her home became a place of peace. She continued to live simply, teaching that wisdom grows when shared. Families healed. Conflicts ended sooner. Children learned patience. The village became more united. No gold was displayed, but the village grew richer in understanding and kindness. Adesewa believed that wealth without wisdom was empty. She taught others to think before acting and to value peace. Her lessons were simple but powerful, easy to remember and hard to forget. As years passed, Adesewa grew older. Her hair turned gray, but her eyes remained bright. She continued to guide others, knowing that wisdom never grows old. In her old age, children often gathered around Adesewa. They listened closely as she spoke about life. She told them stories, not of gold or kings, but of choices and consequences. She taught them that every decision shapes the future. One evening, a child asked her what the most important thing in life was. Adesewa smiled gently. She said that wisdom helps people choose well, even when the world laughs at them. She reminded them that wealth can disappear, but wisdom remains. As time passed, Adesewa's strength faded, but her influence did not. Her teachings lived on in the hearts of the people. The village remembered her not for what she owned, but for what she gave. Long after she was gone, her story continued to be told. Parents told it to children. Elders shared it with the young. It became a lesson passed from one generation to the next. The woman who chose wisdom over wealth showed that true riches are found in understanding, kindness, and wise choices. Her life proved that peace is worth more than gold. And so, her story remains, reminding us all that what we choose today can shape our tomorrow. Because wealth may shine for a moment, but wisdom lights the path forever.